You ever have one of those days when it's been a long, long day at the office and you don't want to take time to cook dinner and you don't want to spend a lot of money by going out and getting a nice, juicy, hot, medium rare steak or a veggie burger if that's your thing? No. You want to be able to just swing by on your way home and for not a lot of money, get a quick, hearty, hot meal for your family without breaking the bank. Well, that's where fast food used to come in, right? That's where McDonald's used to be, Arby's, Taco Bell, even Subway, maybe. Well, what happened? Let's talk about it. But first, we're going to roll, you know it, that beautiful bean footage. Here we go. Hey, you. Well, welcome back to CX Riot Radio, where we talk about customer experience and stuff, still in a hyper caffeinated state. Today, we're going to be talking about food, fast food. Yeah. But before we do, if you could do me a favor, if you could like, review, subscribe, comment, and share the show so we can make the show grow. That would be cool of you. That would be cool of you, man. So, let's talk about fast food. There's a article on the American Institute for Economic Research that is entitled The Real Reason Fast Food is So Expensive by John Miltimore, published July 1st of this year, of this very year. That was 10 days ago, as of the recording of this episode of CX Riot Radio. So, the article begins with a story, and I will relay this story to you as a journalist, podcast host, guy, person, human being who is reading an article. And I quote, I recently drove to the local KFC and ordered a 12-piece meal to go. The price was just under $50. Huh. Fortunately, the author had a coupon that saved him some money, but he'd be lying if he said he didn't feel some sticker shock. So, now, why is fast food so expensive? The old reliable, the old I have $3 in my pocket, I'm gonna get a meal. Why is it so expensive now? Why does that $3 equivalent now cost you $15? Well, is it price gouging? Is it corporate greed? Is it because the minimum wage employees are now making a little bit more than minimum wage, at least in California? Is it a combination of all those things? Is it something completely different? Is it the will of God to tell you to stop eating a Big Mac every single day? Or a 500 grams of sugar drink every single day? I don't know. But let's explore the article some more. This is from a website called X. You might know it as Twitter. When I was a boy, the X user says, Dad could take the family of 5 to McDonald's for dinner for $1.35. Now it costs over $70. Corporate greed is destroying the country. And while that might be true, I honestly thought there was going to be more to that sentence. There wasn't. But in order for corporate greed to be the only explanation, we're going to have to assume that it has risen exponentially over the last few years, since 2020, right? So, on that note, we have to assume that McDonald's, let's say, as an example, wasn't as greedy in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the early aughts, and the 10s, right? And then they're not, they were probably greedy, but they weren't that greedy. And then something happened in 2020 where that greed rose exponentially. Now, while that certainly is possible, right, it could have some other factors put into it. Who knows? All I know is that we are the generation that went from having Subway cut like weird triangle things on the top of their sandwiches to the $5 footlong, to that same $5 footlong being $15. All in the span of a few years. And what makes it really sad is that a lot of people, probably 30 and up, still have the $5 footlong jingle stuck in their head on occasion. And then when you go there to get your $5 footlong, the disappointment of reality sets in. And it's $15 for the same damn sandwich. See, back when Subway, and this is a tangent, this has nothing else to do with the article, or although it kind of does. Subway, when they had the triangle cut out of the top, right? And then they put the triangle back on after the sandwich was done. That was cool. That was amazing. Their quality was good. And to be fair, I was like a teenager, okay? When this was happening, but they it was like they cared. The quality was good. It was fresh. The lettuce was crispy. The tomatoes juicy. The meat meaty. And dare I say, the cheese was cheesy. Then the $5 footlong came out, and there was a drop in quality. But that's okay, because it was $5. And people are willing to overlook things like not crisp lettuce, not juicy tomatoes, meat that is that ham or is that spam? Who knows? But it's okay because it's $5. Now, when that quality has stayed the same since then or declined, and they're charging $15 now, three times the price with worse quality. What the heck, Subway? Although to be fair, their cold cut combo is pretty fire, and it's only $10. I might get one later. I don't know. But that is a thing I could go on for hours about because it makes me so mad. It makes me so mad because they were at a pinnacle. They were at their height. And then what happened? Jared got found out. Jared had to ruin Subway for everybody. That bastard. So, but, you know, the company's being exponentially more greedy now than they were in the decades coming up to now. Doesn't really pass the sniff test. They've always been greedy, right? Where maximizing profit and shareholder value has always been their goal, right? Or at least since they became public entities. But the the fact that they just be more greedy now than ever before, it doesn't really pass the sniff test, does it? I could be way off base. Maybe things are getting worse. Maybe we are really in the end times. But here's continuing on with the article from this. Americans are eating out a lot. So, a recent Lending Tree survey showed that nearly 8 in 10 people, 78%, so yeah, round up, okay, say they view eating out as a luxury. In the same survey, they show that 75% of Americans eat fast food weekly. So, a generation ago, it was 40% that said they ate fast food weekly. So, it is what it is. And there's reasons. And we could dig into those reasons. A lot of it is because these fast food giants, these food scientists, have engineered their food to be as addicting as possible. It is what it is. You can't get mad about it. Well, I guess you could. But, you can't get mad that, people keep going. You can get mad that they advertise to children, that they put way too much of the pleasing tastes that make you want to go back for more. You could also blame that 80% eating fast food weekly on the time they don't have time for anything else. They don't have the time to make a home cooked meal. And I know what you're saying, but Mr. CX Riot Radio guy, everyone has time to cook. Everyone has 30 minutes. Maybe. But not a lot of people feel like they do, or think that they do. And that's the issue. Right? People are stressed out. People are running from place to place. Sometimes they're running from job to job. Just evidenced by the job report where part-time jobs skyrocketed and full-time jobs went down. So, people are running from place to place. They're still, having to drop off, pick up, take care of their children, right? With daycare skyrocketing, right? People still perceive fast food to be the cheaper, faster option when it's not. I guess it might be faster, but so there's one reason that they're so expensive is because people still keep paying those prices, and whenever people start paying those kind of prices, it becomes the new baseline, right? Which is not good, not good at all. But it is what it is. Now, in a surprise that will come to nobody, McDonald's is failing on customer satisfaction. So, McDonald's, according to the American Customer Satisfaction Index, the ACSI, McDonald's received the lowest rating across all full service and fast food restaurants. What a shocker. Now, at the other end of the scale, at the other end of the spectrum, there's Chick fil A. We all know about Chick fil A. Love them or hate them, their customer service is great. Usually. Their drive through is this cacophony of chaos and beauty. It's amazing. So, let's see. Yeah, Chick fil A, 10th consecutive year. We know Chick fil A. You can rest now. Take a day off. All right. So, oh, they do. So, the cool thing is, full service restaurants, their CX actually went up. Like, which is kind of cool. So, there was an increase in accuracy of food order, courtesy and helpfulness of wait staff, beverage quality. That's cool. Food quality went up, not by much, but it did. Restaurant layout and cleanliness went up. Variety of beverages on menu went up. Speed with which food was received at the table went up. Variety of food on the menu went up. Website satisfaction went up. Quality of mobile app went down for full service restaurants. Why do you need an app for a full service restaurant? That's fucking crazy. All right. So where the quality of the mobile apps have gone down for full service restaurants, they've gone up for fast food restaurants because they all have to have an app now. And you know what? Sometimes that's the only way to get like affordable food from, well, a fast food joint, right? Is using their app and doing their deals, right? Like, let's take the Subway for an example on this. The only time that I feel that Subway is worth it is when they have a buy one get one footlong sale, right? Yeah, which technically means that that footlong was roughly $5 to $6, which is where they should be. $5 footlong. It's okay. Now, I am happy that McDonald's got rid of that AI drive-through thing because that was stupid. But yeah, uh, we're living in a time where fast food is the more expensive option, and places like Olive Garden or even Chili's might be more economic for families to eat out at. So, grocery stores are crazy. They've gone up like 40% in the last 3 years. Spaghetti. I know I had an episode about how expensive like or grocery food was, and I used that spaghetti meal as an example of everything going up. It's gone up again. It's doubled. So, and I didn't release that episode that long ago. So, yeah, it didn't double, but it went up another like 25%. So, that's crazy. That is nuts. So, it is what it is. So, I just want to know how people are surviving right now. This is crazy. Like, if you're making the median, right, income for your area, how are you surviving? What's up? What are your secrets? What can you share? Well, other than that, I don't know. Maybe stop eating fast food once a week or more. That's a little crazy. It's a little expensive. Where are you getting your money at? Well, it is what it is, I guess. So, you know, that all being said and done, do what I said in the beginning, if you could, if you'd be so kind. And I'll see you next time on CX Riot Radio.